Hey everybody, how is your quarantine going? I had a little bit of a breakthrough today because the last week has been really challenging for me emotionally, and I realized why this morning. Back in 2008, I was in Las Vegas. I've been licensed since 2003 doing real estate, and 2008 kind of rocked my world a little bit. I ended up having to short sell a house. I was still doing real estate full time during that time period, and it was really, really challenging. Just to give you an idea, in 2010, 87% of all of the sales in Las Vegas were foreclosures, which is just a staggering number. So, with all of the new COVID events happening around the world, it made me think, oh my God, we're gonna go into another massive housing recession like we did back in 2008. I freaked out a little bit. It was a really, really challenging period. And that's the only frame of reference I had for a recession. 2008, everything is gonna collapse. And that's what I thought. I listened to a webinar today. It was with Tom Ferry, who is one of the national top real estate coaches, and David Childers, who is the owner of Keeping Current Matters. Keeping Current Matters is a really great website that talks about the real estate market, what's going to happen, how to put things into context. And it made me feel a lot better about what's going on right now, because this recession that we're in right now, it's here. It is not a housing recession. This is an event. This is an event like 9/11 or Sandy Hook or a hurricane or something like that. It's an event. It's something that will pass, and not to diminish any of the economic impact that it's already having, because it will have a massive impact, but it will end and we will get through this. This is very different than what we experienced in 2008 during the housing crisis. Back then, people were over leveraging their properties. They pulled out over $800 billion of equity in their property, versus now they've only pulled out $200 billion, over $200 billion of equity. So what does that mean? It means that sellers and homeowners actually have equity in their property. So they don't have to sell in order to pay off their mortgage. So that's one positive aspect of things. Also, the financial whole system in 2008 was about to collapse. Our financial system is much more solid than it was back in 2008. So those are some positive aspects of our situation now versus what happened in 2008. We're gonna get through this. It all depends on how long that takes with the government. But I think the government has learned a lot from what happened in 2008, and they're acting much quicker than they did before. They have a moratorium on foreclosures. The city of LA has a moratorium on evictions for tenants. So they are trying to make an effort to help stem some of the economic impacts of COVID-19. So that made me feel a little bit better. I think that we're gonna get through this. It's just gonna be a matter of time, and we're gonna get through this together. There's always gonna be somebody who needs to live somewhere. Whether you buy or sell, it depends on who you work with and how much experience they have. I have firsthand experience of a housing crisis, and I understand what it takes to get things done, and I'd be more than happy to help you guys out. I know this is a freak out moment for a lot of people, and that's okay. We're gonna get through this. Just take a deep breath, and please, please, please wash your hands. Okay, have a good day.